Hey Veteran, how's it going? Yeah, I literally just linked it. I'm trying to get me, I can stream on my tablet. It's always a chore. I'm gonna try something. Nope, that didn't work. How you doing? Yeah, I'm just wrestling with the bloody tablet. I've got it now. Cool. I was gonna stream last night, but I thought I'd do one on the weekend instead. So oh, Urban Preppers. I think Urban Prepper's doing a live stream as well. I wouldn't have mind watching that. Yeah, I didn't do it last night. I'd done a couple during the week, like Monday and Friday, and then I just thought it'd be better to try the one on the weekend. That's all. Trying to see. The Urban Prepper said that he was doing a live stream, but it doesn't look like his. It doesn't like it either started or he's doing it right now. That's okay. Oh, he just finished. Oh, damn. So he wasn't up for that long. Oh, well. He can always come here. If he wants. And for the first time, I'm recording this one, so I can put it up on BitChute easier. Yeah, that's true. Do you mean like advertising the live stream? Making sure people know about it. Yeah, I mean, I'm just advertising it just before I go and do it. If I settle into like a regular live stream spot, then, you know, people will know when it happens if I do it like regularly. And if I settle into like a schedule, then, you know, I can advertise it like a day before or whatever. But, you know, I'm just puffing about really, seeing who turns up and what we talk about. YouTube Premiere? What do you mean? Oh, yeah, they got that Premiere option thing, don't they? I don't know. I haven't messed with that, to be honest. I'll get more professional as things progress. Hey, Eric. How's it going? I'm gonna do a big organize of all my stuff tomorrow. So, like a Sunday. Sunday is pretty much my typical cleaning day, anyways, but I'm gonna do like a proper sort and organize. And I was thinking about some of my preps last night, and I think I might have forgotten about a torch in my bugger bag. That's I need to check on the battery. So I'm gonna make sure that I do a good check on my bugger bag and things like that. Eric Dondero on Gab. I'm on Gab as well. It's much better than Twitter. That's my Gab. United States of Texas. Yeah. Texas pretty much is its own union on its own. think if I remember right, I think Texas is the only state that can secede without going through the typical motions. If a state does want to secede from the Union. Who, mine? My bug-in duration, I'm thinking, is probably going to be a maximum of 2 weeks. If stuff starts getting like really bad beyond that, then I'm just going to move. Yeah, just based on threats, events. But I was thinking about that the other day, and actually I need more intel gathering sources. I need to get myself a walkie-talkie or CB. Not to like broadcast, but just to listen in on what people are saying in the area. Like over radio. Oh yeah, I'd be really interested in watching that. Because like if you're bugging in, then obviously you're in your own little cocoon. And I was thinking about it, and I need more ways to eavesdrop on people remotely. So I was thinking like maybe a drone, but if people see a drone, they're gonna know that the range isn't very far. They might see where it lands, etc. But I think like maybe a radio or like a ham radio would be better, because you don't need to leave, like you don't need to put anything out there which could be traced back to you. Hey, Daryl. Yeah, I know, yeah. So any intelligence videos, I'll probably I'll save for like prosperity. UV5R ham radio. Right, I'm gonna look that up now. Yeah, I was just gonna get like a Baofeng. Just some sort of Baofeng radio, because they always get really good reviews. Um, the only thing I'm wondering about is the battery. Like, is it proprietary, or how could it charge it? How could it keep it charged if the grid's down? That's the only thing I'll have to look at. But yeah, I was just thinking of getting a Baofeng. Oh, the other thing I'm going to do this stream is I'm going to take notes. Because you guys always give me like the great information. And I'm going to date it. So I know I can look back on it as a resource. Hey, Stig. Yeah, the batteries probably are really good, but I mean, eventually a battery runs down, right? So, oh, you can get a AA battery case. All right, I'll do that. If I can use AA batteries, that'll be the best. Yeah, that'll be cool. I'm gonna make a note of that as well. How's it going, Stig? See, 17 minutes in and I've already got awesome info. But yeah, intel gathering. I was thinking about that the other day. It's alright bugging in, but like if something's coming your way and you don't know about it, which could affect it, then yeah, it's better to know these things beforehand. Hopefully. Ideal situation. Yeah, I heard about that. There was somebody who I think either did a review of the Baofeng and he basically said just get a different aerial. I think he replaced the aerial and he got like a ridiculous addition to the range and the quality. And he was able to transmit like loads further as well. Alright, I'm gonna make a note of that. 10-kilometer range. It's pretty good, like. Yeah, the aerial matters. £12. That's pretty good. Yeah. I'll definitely look into getting a Baofeng, but it'll be a while before I get one, but yeah. But as far as when I decide to bug out, it just depends on like the intel gathering and direct observation of what's happening in the area. Like I'd really rather not bug out, but obviously like you just have to if it comes to it. Alright. Let's have a deeks at them. Yeah. See people using these type of things. Yeah, I'd like a couple of options really. Like walkie-talkie set. Maybe get like 2 or 3 at first. Just give them out to like trusted people. Could be good to use these like if you know someone in your area that you trust. Give them as like an extra pair of eyes and then a way to communicate with you. Yeah, just like you see, you know, like in 80s movies where the kids always had walkie-talkies in their rooms so they could talk to each other and plan stuff. I mean, that's the sort of thing that preppers need to be doing, to be honest. Need to set up like a prepper network off-grid. I've thought about this in the past actually. An off-grid secure prepper network, communication network. The Telegram, the Preppers Telegram. That's one of the reasons why I actually set that up. Just like an encrypted, secure means that preppers could talk to each other. And because Telegram's on like mobile and computers, we could basically like communicate. But yeah, I was thinking like there needs to be like a secure network that preppers can log into, you know. Not just anybody log into, like preppers. Preppers are a very public. I mean, they could take the lead on its creation, and then obviously, you know, people that they talk to and trust, they could give an access to it. Yeah, the street wardens, but the police use the encrypted digital thing now, I think. Because you could used to hear the police band on just normal radios. Oh, you can connect to like cell towers. What type of towers? But yeah, some sort of secure prepper network, communications network would I think would be a good idea. Like a worldwide thing. Ah, you can connect to repeaters. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I mean, the they wouldn't just be set up for anybody to log into. Yeah. Yeah, they rely on power. Yeah, I'm sure people more knowledgeable than me could probably think about the foundation of the network, but yeah, I think preppers should have their own worldwide network to communicate with. There must be like probably the foundation's already there, like with open source software and very basic like hardware, which could probably keep it up if the grid goes down. Like very, very low power points, which you could, if you're in range, you could just log into. That'd be cool. Smoke, yeah. Yeah, it would be very difficult. But what you could do is you could set up like some national bug out locations. So, like here in Britain, if people in Britain who are preppers and like on YouTube, they could say like, right, if stuff really does go sideways, like they could basically say like, all right, we're gonna meet here or here, depending on where you are in Britain. You could set up like a national bug out location, and then like set up your own like um radio thing, whatever it is that you could. Once you're in range, you know you've got access to it. Well, I mean, you could set up a bug out location anywhere really, like a meetup point. But yeah, some sort of secluded area on like a farmer. If a farmer's a prepper themselves, then you say, right, we'll all meet up on your land. You know, we'll communally pool our resources, defend it, etc. Yeah, I mean, there's any sort of prepper bug out survival problem has a solution, but it would be nice to do it as a community. Snowdonia, well, yeah, well, Wales is my secondary bug out location, really. Like, if I was, if I make it that far. But yeah, yeah, Scotland. Well, my primary one was going to be the Lake District because I know it quite well, and then my secondary was going to be Scotland because it's close, and then it was going to be Wales. Yeah, because I know that whole area around Ben Nevis. I've been there before, and I've been at Ben Nevis. And going to high ground is a really, really good idea because if you think about it, like as a nation, like well, not just as a nation, but there's a worldwide. It's almost like a epidemic of like people being completely unfit because of lifestyle these days. So basically, if you can get to like, you know, not even Ben Nevis size, like just up any hill or mountain, you're gonna chop out like maybe 60-70% of any like would-be raider who might come after you, because they're simply not going to be fit enough to follow you. Yeah, so what I was going to do is I was going to set up my location like up a mountain, and then obviously like just come down, get your foraging done, go back up the mountain. I mean, Ben Nevis would be a good one like for summer, but I don't think I would stay up there in the winter. There's like the sheer drop. If you don't know where it is, you might fall off it. Yeah, and also something that the Urban Prepper mentioned is a good idea. For communicating with people. Something which preppers should learn is hobo signs. So that, you know, the first ones who went to the location, they could basically put hobo signs down just to see if it's safe. What's going on? Like this one. If you're going to a bug out location and then you see the keep away sign notched into the ground or on trees or whatever, then you know that to go to an alternative route or bug out location. Yeah, and people don't know hobo signs. They don't know what any of them mean. Just look like a load of gibberish to most people. But if preppers learn the hobo signs, then, you know, even the basics, don't have to learn the whole thing. Yeah, that's why all my bug out locations at the minute are along the coast. Just for access to fish and rivers. You know, the masses amount of easy foraging and, you know, things that you could eat. Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea actually. Prepper signs. Just a slight variation. I already did. I did one ages ago. I think yeah. Oh no, I think what it was, I did a hobo post on Steemit. I don't think I did a video on it because the Urban Prepper already did a video on it. So I didn't want to like do another one because people can just go to the Urban Preppers. So I did a Steemit post. Yeah, you want to have your base like way above sea level, but my idea anyways was to just come down from the top of wherever, do my foraging, get my food, take it back up to like a halfway point for cooking, etc. And then just retreat back to the top of the mountain for nighttime. Or higher ground. Just any higher ground. Like, you should always go for high ground. You just get a much larger area that you can scope out and keep an eye on. Yeah. I mean, you go up most hills or any sort of valley, in the Lake District or like Scottish Highlands, and there's basically fresh water just coming down off a stream. And you can drink it straight off the hill. The water in the streams in the Lake District. I've done it many times. Just drink it straight off the hill. It's perfectly safe. But you know, depends on what's happening. You want to process the water just to be safe. Yeah, but that's what humans traditionally. That's how we developed, though. Hunter-gatherers, you know. If you didn't catch anything, you didn't eat. But yeah, I think coastal areas just for the abundance of food. That's pretty much my plan. Plus, you might have the opportunity to go to like a nearby island if you were to like borrow a boat. Yeah, basically sail. Or use some sort of watery method of transport to get there. There's actually a video on YouTube from the people that make this tarp. How to make a small boat using a tarp that they do. It's quite interesting. Just basically like make a circular frame out of twigs and branches, and you can basically make like a makeshift little boat. It's quite cool. Well, there's a prepper. Again, his name now. Let me find him. He's well into his boating, and he actually worked with a company to produce a new type of boat. Let me try and find him. Mind Wise Man. It's the guy. Mind Wise Man. He's he's well into like prepping it, like bugging out via the waterways. Maverick Outdoors, that's him. think it depends on the conditions of the water, basically, but you could probably be quite surprised how far you can get on a kayak in the ocean. I don't know, I mean, I'm not an expert, but I think it would all depend on the conditions, really. It's probably more to do with like how much energy it would take you to like paddle on the ocean. Probably takes a shed load more energy and strength. Yeah, I mean that's what airplanes used to be made out of. Just like layers of whatever it is they used around a frame, but you know, it let them fly. Yeah, around the shoreline wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, so it's like when you make model airplanes, you use like that papery stuff, but you coat it in that coating, leave it to dry, and it like hardens it and shrinks it and makes it really strong. I mean, from like a flying perspective, it's not very strong. Like if you poke it. Conservation practices. Do you mean like if you're out in the wilderness? Just like leave no trace. Do you mean like that? Or like conserving your food and water? Uh, well, obviously, I mean, the resources that you got with you are what you've got. So you want to basically replenish those resources like as quick and as often as you need to, basically. I mean, my idea is what I take me with, what I take with me when I bug out. Uh, hopefully, won't need to touch because you want to get to where you're going and start using what's in the area as quickly as you can, and just keep what you've got with you, like to get you there, and then as an emergency. I would. That's what I hope to do, anyways. Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea. Bury just even small caches along your bug out route. That's something I've been meaning to do for quite a long time. Um, I just need to choose the route that I'm going to use to get to where I'm going. But once I do, um, then that's what I'm going to do. Just really small caches, just like small containers with like just like energy bars or just something. No, you want to keep your energy up. If you're going to a bug out location, you need to keep your energy up like as best as you can. Yeah, just really small. Just a really small cache, like little tin, just with like a few energy bars in or a compass. or some really basic survival, small survival kits. Yeah, no sugary energy bars, just like natural stuff as best as you can. But like stuff that'll make you feel full. Yeah, coconut oil. Yeah. Buckets. I mean, I don't think so, because structurally they're not very strong. PVC tubes, they probably have a lot of like external strength, like um, you could probably bury them deeper and they'll probably hold their shape depending on the thickness of the tube. I mean, they use tubes for like infrastructure, don't they? So, there's a reason for it. It's because they hold and maintain their integrity when they're buried. So, whereas like a bucket, it's not really meant for burying, really. Not like a plastic one. You could probably get like some metal ones, which would do pretty good, but metal rusts. So, yeah, make sure it's watertight. Hey, Keith. Oh, they got chewed by rats. Yeah, that sucks. Damn rats. And yeah, actually, rats, you have to. Well, you got to be both aware and you can also use rats in emergencies because they'll hang around where human activity is. So if you see rats like in the middle of nowhere, like around like a supposedly abandoned building, then there's probably somebody there. My prepping journey, 2012, late 2012, I would say. It was not long after I woke up and like started looking at things that were happening in the world, and then I found prepping from that, and I was like, holy shit, this looks cool. So it's basically like a hobby, but it's like a really useful hobby for me. Nah, I mean some sort of field rat which has never seen a sewer in the city. I might consider eating that rat, but nah, not these ones in the city. A nice country rat that has eaten nothing but grain and nice farm plants. Yeah, I'd probably eat that rat, but not one in the city. Nah, no feckin' way. 7 years, am I satisfied with where I am in my prepping journey? Yes and no. There's obviously like a place I want to be in, like uh, in my mind I've got like a plan and of where I want to be, and I'm not there yet. But yeah, I mean, I'm okay. I'm satisfied with where I am at the minute. Yeah, urban rodents are terrible. Free range rat farm. I mean, of course, people do eat rats. I mean, I've seen videos of people like living in farmland in like India and loads of countries, and like they just consider them like game. You know, like we would eat a rabbit. They have rats, because they're so common. You know, they just catch them, eat them. Yeah, there's like Wales disease as well. That's pretty common in urban rats. You'd probably be surprised, Durreal. There's probably already somebody doing it, to be honest. No matter what idea that you have, you know, how how original you think it is, somebody's already thought of it. Somebody's always either already thought of it or they're actually doing it. In fact, let's look it up. Free range rats. I'm pretty sure somebody's already doing it. Actually, the term free range and rats is to let your rats run free, like in your home, if you've got a pet rat. Oh, here we go. New delicacy in Vietnam. Free range rats. I knew it. Instead of eating the scabies infected urban vermin, they're having free range rural rats from Cambodia's rice fields, which eat a largely organic diet. There you go. I knew it. Somebody's already doing it. Yeah, China also likes what do you call them? Like chicken eggs, but where the chick is like developed in the egg, and they eat the little baby chick. Organizational prepping. Yeah, pretty good. I'm actually doing a little project tomorrow though, where I'm gonna check on that. So We'll see. But essentially, my stuff's in two parts. All my bug in stuff is together. All my bug out stuff's together. So, and I don't use the bug out stuff when I'm doing things around my home. I just use the bug in stuff. And then if I do use it, I put it back where it belongs. But yeah, because I've seen people on videos where they say, oh, like, I had to do a bit of DIY and I raided my bug out bag, and before you know it, you've taken so much stuff out of your bug out bag that you did actually need it. There'd be nothing in it because you've already taken stuff out and used it, and you haven't organized it and put it back. So yeah, I don't do that. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm doing tomorrow. Like, I haven't looked at my bug out bag for quite a while, so I need to double check on it. But I haven't taken anything out of it. I don't ever take anything out of it. It just sits there ready. Yeah, throwing a knife is a really valuable skill. Or even a stone. You know, just being accurate with a stone. You can quite easily knock someone out with a decently weighted stone. If thrown accurately enough. Just boosh, side of the head. Could actually kill them if you knock them in the side of the head. You found a mouse nest in your bug out bag. Damn. Nah, I don't think I've got any mice in my bug out bag. There might be like a spider or two, maybe. Not sure. We'll see tomorrow. Yeah, throwing stars. Anything you can throw, really. Yeah, that's true. Wasn't there a pocket sling bow? Somebody did. Pocket shot. That was it. Yeah, pocket shot. Fits in your pocket, but you can fire like arrows, stones, bearings, all sorts from it. Yeah, pocket shot. And you can make your own, of course. It basically just uses like a very elastic material, but you can make your own quite easy. Fits in your pocket, and you can use all sorts of ammunition with it. So, and it's pretty, it's pretty innocuous, like its purpose. So you could just fit one in, or fit one or two in like a bug out bag. A recap. Holy shit. Let's have a look. We've talked about intel gathering and Baofengs replacing the aerial, walkie-talkies, bug out locations, caches, and rats so far. Oh, and the pocket shot. Yeah, inner tubes. I'm pretty sure that's what somebody used. They made their own pocket shop, and I think they just used inner tubes, like really thick but elastic kind of material. And of course, inner tubes are going to be in plentiful supply, like in an emergency. There's going to be a shed load of like abandoned bikes. You know, you could just take the inner tube out of it. Yeah, and you can mount them on your fence or just stick a couple of sturdy posts in the ground. Just make like a pop-up slingshot. Oh yeah, yeah. Inner tubes are really, really strong. And of course, it'll probably take less energy, like, and it's more deadly than throwing it. If you just stick a rock in a sling and just pull it back, uses less energy. So you can be like more effective. Yeah, stick a couple together and you've actually got quite an effective way to defend yourself. Yeah, it's a good idea, Duriel, actually. Like fishing gear near rivers and sea and yeah, it's a good idea actually. Like put caches of what you'll need where you need it, depending on what resources are nearby. So you could put like in the woods you would want like maybe a little cutting saw to make like tinder and things like that. Yeah, solar power is a good idea, obviously. Yeah, you've got to be careful of that. Like if you invest in something for emergencies, then you've got to think about where you store it and the risks of where you're storing it. But yeah, even like if a planet, you know, stuff happens and you might lose it or most of it. So you got to think about where you put your caches if you're going to do it. Well, actually, Kanzi, check out Prepper Veteran's video. He did a really good video on looking after your feet. So definitely go and watch that. And yeah, foot care is like really important. I made sure when I was making my IFAC that I put like foot care things in, like moleskin, uh, just things that could help you. But yeah, go and check out Prepper Veteran's video on the foot care. It's really good. Loads of really good info in that video. But I mean, just use common sense. Like, basically, I had an idea a while ago. If I'm in a situation where I can like evaluate and add on to my preps, I was literally gonna do it from the ground up. Like, I was gonna get like the best footwear and spare footwear. I was looking into like researching socks and best way to look after your feet. Get everything that you need to look after your feet, and just like literally from the feet upwards, get all the gear and maintenance and consumables that you'd need just to maintain your body and anything that you were going to carry on bugging out. Haven't got around to it yet, but yeah, I was literally going to just start from my feet and like work up to the top of my head with gear and knowledge, basically. All right, Stig. Hope your kid gets better soon. Yeah, I mean, it happens all the time. Like, I mean, if you see people in like popular walking areas, they're usually not prepared. And the big area that they're not prepared of is having the right footwear. Happens all the time. And of course, it should be the most obvious thing because your feet get a lot of use. you know, they're the first point of contact that you've got with the ground, so they obviously could run into a lot of problems, even like really serious problems, issues, could cripple you. But yeah, I did think of foot care when I put my IFAC together. So, but I do need to update my IFAC. But I mean, the moleskin will be fine. There's just like other things in there, like which I probably need to add. Yeah, yeah, they really are. But people just don't think about them. Wild animal issues. Um, Not that many here in Britain. We do have one native snake species which is poisonous, the adder. Apart from that, not really very many. I mean, like badgers are very angry and aggressive, but again, they'll try and avoid you. We got foxes, but again, they'll probably try and avoid you most of the time. The biggest threat is just people and domestic dogs, basically. Yeah, people will turn into the biggest wild animal if things were to get really bad. Yeah, ticks. But whenever I'm going out for walks, I always take things with me which help against ticks. Like when I'm walking in the Lake District, I always put stuff on me which ticks don't like. So, and I've got stuff in my IFAC as well. But a really good thing against ticks is Vicks Vapor Rub. Make sure you got plenty of that in stock. They hate it. And it's really cheap. Like it's probably a lot less expensive than like proper like bug repellent. But yeah, Vicks Vapor Rub. I always put that like on my ankles and my feet and around my neck. And then it basically just keeps all the flies and the ticks off you. They hate it. Um, yeah, they will. But I mean, you don't have to go overboard. I mean, basically, when I'm going for a walk, I'll rub it all over my feet. But I mean, not you don't have to use very much. Just put it all over your feet. Put it at the bottom of your ankles, like maybe up to your knees. And then by the time you put your sock on and your trouser legs, your trousers, um, you don't really notice it, to be honest. You don't have to go crazy like freaking put the whole tub on. But then again, ticks and flies, they're attracted to different people in different amounts. It just depends on how attractive your natural odor is to them. Yeah, basic stuff like that really helps. Tuck your socks into your trousers. Bramble bashes. Gators. Yeah. If I'm dealing with flies or ticks, I'm mostly bothered about those that fly around and buzz around my head. So I always put Vicks on like my neck. You don't need very much though. I mean, to the ticks and the flies, that little bit of Vicks Vapor Rub is like unbearable to them, even like a small amount. So you don't need to use very much. Oh yeah, definite. They're completely. It could be the best day, like the most perfect day for a walk. But if there's mozzies around and ticks and flies and it'll just completely ruins it. They didn't expect mozzies in England. Shoot. Hell yeah, we got them. They're quite aggressive as well sometimes. Like the freaking whole bunch of them will just follow you and attack you and go for you. But yeah, anyways, guys, it's been a great talk. I'm just going to end it here. I got some good notes written down. And I'm going to start putting these streams up on BitChute. So I recorded it. Because it's a pain in the ass to download from YouTube. Yeah, cool. Cheers, Kanzi. Thanks for joining. Thanks for everyone else for joining. I'll see you next time. Be safe and prepared.